I thought that we responded well when we came back from Houston. I think that we responded well when we came back from Minnesota. Anytime a group shows that they have the ability to respond, to bounce back, to take stuff at practice and bring it forward is a good sign. And, obviously the win is good, but I think the way that we did it and the way we got on a plane in Minnesota and came in and talked about things was very sort of similar to after Houston. And I thought our guys played well. There was some stuff at the end. We're still very young, but those things come to my mind.
Let me ask you, you knew that Embiid would be especially gifted. Would you have anticipated that he'd be a volume scorer the way we saw in that first quarter?
I would have guessed that he would score in a variety of ways. As I have had him over these years, I've shot with him a lot, just messed around with him myself. That's a start, a little bit like I did with Nerlens. And, you saw him shoot the ball, and you saw him shoot it comfortably from three with a very fluid shot. It doesn't look like it's hard for him to shoot that shot. And so you saw that right from the get-go. And there was a touch that he had when he shot a free throw that you knew he was going to be a really elite free throw shooter. And then you just expected him to be able to do post moves. And the truth of the matter is I think that the not large majority, the majority of what he's doing is face-up stuff, not bam, bam, back down stuff. And so when you add all that up to think that he was going to score as freely as he has been scoring, like tonight, no, I didn't. I did know that when he would score, that he would do it in a variety of ways.
Given that Joel had that ankle issue and was questionable for the game, what were your expectations of him going into this?
When we spoke before the game at the pregame media meeting that we have, I wasn't sure what was going to happen, and he came out of it warming up. He felt good. I spoke to him after that. I could tell with his facial expression that he really did feel good. And so you just expected him to be able to go on a court and not hurt the team with sort of a limp or not being able to move with any type of hesitation laterally or sort of north-south stuff. And so I was expecting him just to be himself. He really felt like he could go out and play. Yeah. That is right, Jack. And the bench is doing a lot. Like, we're getting great production from our bench. And, I saw a stat the other day that I guess we're playing 45% of our minutes are going to first or second year players. Just really, we're a young team still, and we all know that. But that surprised me. I think that going reverse pivoting and going over the Nick, he's playing with confidence. There's a cocky bounce that we love. He looks like he's having fun. The role that I have him in, I think, suits him. There are times, you wonder, should you consider him as a starter because he is playing so well? I like him coming off a bench and scoring. All the good teams you look at have somebody that can come off a bench and get numbers. And he is acting like that for us now and really having an outstanding season so far. He's put in the work to deserve it and earn it, but it's fantastic to see him get rewarded with the season that he's having.
You talk about Nick's confidence, but what do you see in terms of his efficiency? Because going 5 for 6 from 3 and 8 for 9 from the field.
In tough shots at the end, tough shots at the end of clocks, he's bailing us out. I just feel like he's got a bounce, like he's attacking, he's making threes. He's got that hesitation, sort of escape dribble after he freezes you with his shoulders and his eyes, and then bam, he can play downhill well. We're trying to put him in situations where he can attack. I just think that he's playing basketball. He's really playing with a real level of confidence, and we're seeing a skill package that everybody talked about when he came out of college. You're seeing a lottery pick play, and I'm personally happy for him because he cares sometimes too much, and he's so conscious at times and extremely prideful, and he's being rewarded for the work that he's put in.
You said you didn't anticipate winning a game by a lot, with this team and the way things were going. But was it the three-point shooting? Like, what was kind of the biggest thing you think that made?
I feel like they came back and they cut it to what, 6? They came back in the third period, and that team's got firepower. You look at Bledsoe and Booker and Knight, and then they roll out like the smallest of small ball teams, and it's dangerous. It's really dangerous. And I felt like there was a period where you're wondering, okay, now like what's gonna go in relation to the mood swing of the group or the game, and we got stops, we made some shots, and we took off again. I think it's easy to point to our threes. We had 33 assists. That's a big number. We shared the ball. The disappointment is and continues to be, and we have to find a way to fix this, is the turnovers. It's a young team that at the end we coughed it up too much and, sloppy, but it's on our mind. It never leaves practice. It never leaves a film session. It's one of 2 areas that we are zooming in on this second 10-game clump. In our world, in our mind, we're 2-1 in this second 10-game clump, and the turnovers are a massive point of emphasis for us.
You talk a lot about wanting to play faster than you guys have. Was that the best you thought Sergio looked, pushing the ball and just your whole team just running the floor?
I think so. I think that Sergio with the ball, in the assists that he had, and like that, he's got a bounce and a flair to him. We're still asking our point guard Sergio to reduce turnovers. There are some times you just sort of scratch your head and wish you had some of those errant passes back. But I thought that he played with a bounce. I thought he played with pace. I thought that we ran with him. I actually thought his defense on Bledsoe, was serviceable. Normally we're trying to find areas where we can protect him a little bit. And this game, because they had so many small ball players, we couldn't find one to do that. And I thought overall that he had a good game.
Just with Jaleel, like you'll look and you'll say, well, 3 or 4, it's not bad, but it's not. You're not seeing the same job in that role that you see when you don't have the paint. Would you agree?
In this game, for sure. And I think in your question as just a general question and a point that you're making is true. I think it's fair. And so none of us can discard the fact that this is a change for him.
Can you help him with this?
Pardon me?
Can you help him in any way with this role, and how?
I think yes is my short answer. How is continuing to coach him, and he is so much more to give and to grow. He really is at the infant stages of kind of everything, and he played 70-60% of last year, and now he's just coming along now. I hope to play those two together. I think that with the minute with the minute restrictions, it's impossible kind of right now. And so as we speak, it's a challenge trying to make sure that we have him lifted and confident and playing. I would say the same thing about Richaun Holmes. He deserves to be on the floor, but it's part of the challenges that we have right now with our 5 men. Thank you.